here. It's here. Hey! The Cars Conspiracy Theory by Alex Bale.
Do you really expect me to believe that?
Okay.
Should.
Mater. I remember him. I didn't like his accent though, Mater.
So, Cars is a weird franchise. The world in the Cars movies is like ours, except for the small detail that everything is cars instead of humans. Which is a very weird premise for a movie franchise.
Bruh, the way he used to have his tongue out, bruh, what he on some Michael Jordan stuff, dog? I could never stand when Lightning McQueen did that in a movie, bruh, with your tongue out, bruh. You some type of freak or something, bruh.
And it only gets weirder the more you think about it. Here are just a few things that everyone always loves to bring up. In Cars 2, we see a car pope riding in a sentient pope-mobile.
That's
so
a pope?
Catholicism
I didn't know
exists
that.
in this universe, which implies there was a Jesus Chrysler who died for our car sins. There is a Cars TSA, which implies Cars 9/11 probably happened. There is a World War II Army veteran car, so this universe also probably had Car Hitler and every other historical...
What the hell? No way, bruh. Car Hitler? In a Cars movie, bruh, they do be showing stuff right in front of your face, but as a kid, you ain't thinking all that, dog. You just trying to see these nice cars, you know. I like the hydraulic one. That was my favorite one, though.
Figure and tragedy. Now, there has already been endless discussion about these movies, and the question that everyone loves to ask the most
I know
is,
he gotta bring up Mater's crazy stories.
Cars?
That's gonna be something.
How can cars exist without humans? Everything about the way they look has clearly been specifically designed by and for
How do these cars even get built without humans? You know, how do they even get built? You know, if the transmission go out, you know, how's another car gonna help another car? And then, you know, what if it's another brand? This is Toyota. I mean, I said Toyota. This is Toyota. This is a Nissan. This is a Honda.
I mean, what purpose do these tiny little door handles have in sentient car world? So, because of this, a lot of people like to believe that Cars takes place in some kind of post-apocalypse after all the humans died out. Maybe there was an AI smart car uprising, or maybe somehow the humans became their cars, or whatever. And for years, people have debated this, and no one can agree on what the cars actually are.
Bro, we literally got cars now. If you think about it, man, Elon Musk, bruh, you know, the Tesla, all the cars that's going on, you know what I'm saying? He got the idea from Cars, the movie, bruh, to do the Tesla. But I just can't let a Tesla drive me around, bruh. Or a robot drive me around. I could never trust technology like that. I don't know about y'all.
And the creators who all have conflicting things to say about this franchise. But I think the answer is actually pretty obvious. If you look at just the Cars movies themselves, and not the different creator interviews or the Pixar theory or Easter eggs from other movies, then it becomes pretty clear that this world has never had humans in it. I mean, first off, we can clearly see that throughout all the history of this world, everything has always been cars.
The car Liberty, the car Statue of Liberty.
I don't know much about these dino things.
I know the logo for Dino Co. kind of looks like a real dinosaur for some reason, but other than that one contradiction, it's just straight up car dinosaurs. It's always been cars.
What happened to the dinosaurs now?
And I know people like to say, oh, maybe the cars are just recreating human history.
Right.
But even if that's somehow true, the human theories still don't make sense because in the Cars world, everything is cars. And when I say everything, I mean everything.
Okay.
The animals in this universe are cars.
Go
the
ahead,
plants
cook,
are cars.
Hold up, that's a tail light? Nah, bro. They got a rose as a tail light.
The animals in this universe are cars. The plants.
Bro, when I go out on a date with a girl, I'm just gonna make a flower out of a tail light, bro, and see if we can go on another date. Man, she gonna take that tail light flower and smack me with that hoe. I ain't even gonna lie.
Are cars. Literally, the mountains and clouds are car or vehicle shaped. This is not a world where just humans were replaced by cars. This is a world where everything,
the clouds
even the
being cars is crazy work.
Is car shaped. We can even see a periodic table for just a few seconds in the background of Cars 2 that's been renamed
Automotive
to the
Table
Automotive
of Elements.
Table of Elements.
Okay.
And it's unfortunately too small and blurry blurry to read, but there is a full-size version of this poster in Disney California's Cars-themed area that seems to show us that even the elements themselves have been renamed to car puns. And I like to think that this implies that even on a
Racium?
that even the elements themselves.
Okay, they got carbon instead of carbon, racium instead of radium. Okay, so racing, and then you got ride on instead of rating. I don't know about these periodic tables, bruh. Honestly, science class, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We had a test for that in science class. Me and my friend, no lie, we did a race to see who could finish the test the fastest, bruh. And I was just circling through that hole. I was like, let me see if I can finish first, you know. And I actually finished, and no lie, bro, I got a B on that test, bro. God had to be with me because I got a B on that test. And that teacher could not stand me, bro.
Have been renamed to car puns. And I like to think that this implies that even on an atomic level, the elements themselves that make up this universe are also car-shaped. So no, I do not believe that
the elements being cars is crazy.
This is just an alternate reality where things are car-shaped. And I think there are two possible explanations as to why. You can either take a carvolutionist perspective and assume this is a universe where the car shape just happens to be the most efficient shape for survival and entropy, kind of like how we can see the golden ratio spiral everywhere in our world, or like how different animals can independently evolve into crabs because the crab shape is just so badass. Or we can take a
Hold on, what was that? What was that with the crabs, bro? I can't eat crabs no more.
Spiral everywhere in our world, or like how different animals can independently evolve into crabs because the crab shape is.
It said, why do animals keep evolving into crabs inside the mysterious phenomenon of carcanization? I never even heard of this theory right here. You know, freaking all these crabs around the world. I love crabs though. I ain't gonna lie. Crab legs is the best.
Just so badass. Or we can take a carrationism perspective and assume there is an all-powerful car god out there that has shaped and renamed the world into his image.
I can see Pixar doing it.
There is religion in this world, and there has been mentions of a manufacturer in place of the word god.
Okay.
The manufacturer, you're alive!
I can see that.
So, you know, maybe car god
You're alive.
So that is my Alex Bale take on all of these Cars theories. I am sorry if that's not as fun or dark and edgy as a post-apocalyptic human theory, but I think it's undeniably what the actual movies
I mean, you can't deny
support.
that part of the theory.
I mean, covers all the stuff that everyone loves talking about with the Cars movies. But the real reason I'm making this video is because there's still something that most Cars theories never talk about. Something that most theorists just pretend doesn't exist because it makes the weird and convoluted Cars franchise look tame in comparison. Yes, that is correct. This is no longer a Cars theory video. This is a theory about Mater's tall tales.
Didn't I tell you the Mater story was coming, bro? The Mater story was coming. Mater be having these crazy tall tales, bro. These crazy tales about doing something that we know is straight up cap, bruh. It's straight up cap, bruh. You a rusty truck, bruh. Ain't no way that you did all these things, bruh. I do not believe it. I'm not gonna believe this theory, bruh. You have to really prove this and be insightful on this one. I ain't gonna lie.
If I'm lying, I'm crying.
So, Cars is a weird franchise, but the weirdness is kind of contained to the fact that they are sentient cars. Other than that, they're just kind of normal people doing normal things.
Right.
Except for when it comes to Mater.
My name's Mater.
Mater?
Yeah, like Mater, but without the
Mater?
Mater is Lightning McQueen's best friend, and he's kind of a dumb, lovable tow truck who was born in Radiator Springs. Or I guess maybe in a
everybody done met somebody like Mater in their life.
Disney Plus show. And he's just a pretty normal, simple guy.
He won 3 piston cups.
He did what in his cup?
Except for the fact that he keeps
what in his
accidentally
cup?
ending up in weird, impossible situations. Like how in Cars 2, he accidentally became an international spy
remember
for the
this
entire
one. I
movie.
remember this one.
You mean like insurance rate? Like
I ain't seen Cars in a minute. I'm gonna have to watch it after this.
And then got knighted by the Queen.
Sato Mater.
And if you thought Cars 2 was a weird departure for the Cars franchise, well then
I ain't gonna
prepare
lie.
yourself for the
Part 2
insanity
was a
that
banger,
is
bruh. I
Mater's
swear it
Tall
was.
Tales.
I used to be a fire truck.
What?
Daggum right.
These were a series of shorts that
Bruh.
featured Mater telling Lightning
I don't
McQueen
believe these
different
stories.
convoluted stories from his life, like the time he became a fire truck, or a
Especially
wrestler, or an astronaut.
The
or when
wrestler
he met
one and the
aliens,
fire
or
truck one
literally
is
time
way
travel.
over the
Later,
top.
mater. Later, mater.
And obviously, you'd assume
He
that these are all just
sneezed
made up
into the
stories because they're called
past.
tall tales, but at the end
Right.
of every episode, they're always proven to be true.
That did not happen. Houston has another problem. Roger. That did not happen.
That did not happen.
Mater, there's no such
Lightning
thing as
McQueen
time
is calling his
travel.
cap.
By the way, I never did get a chance to thank you for introducing me and Stanley.
And that's how you make history.
I love
Okay,
the
but
romance
maybe
stories
these
on
are
here.
just weird, non-canon shorts. They
Right.
aren't necessarily connected to the main Cars movies that we care about, right? Well, in Cars 3, we can see a poster
I don't
that
think I've
proves
seen
that
Cars
Monster
3
Truck
Cars
Mater
3.
did actually happen. The creators
they
had
had
a
a
chance
poster?
to distance themselves from Mater's Tall Tales and instead decided to double down and make them officially canon. But the most confusing thing that happens
made
in
it
all of
canon
these
is
shorts
crazy.
is halfway through every episode when Lightning McQueen questions the stories.
Jumping Carburetor Canyon? No way.
Yes, well, you remember. You was there too.
What?
Ready, buddy?
You really expect me to believe
I
that?
remember these
Yeah,
stories.
he
I
was
ain't
there
gonna lie.
too.
I do remember these
Mater
crazy
reveals that
stories that
Lightning was
Mater
also
did.
in all of these stories, despite
Right.
him having no memory of being there.
Well, don't you remember? You was there too.
But remember,
Nah.
we know these stories are true, so why doesn't McQueen remember?
Right.
Well, there
Why
is a
don't
funny
you?
theory that Lightning McQueen might have dementia from all of his many accidents.
How old is McQueen? He's young as hell. Ain't no way he got dementia. I mean, but hit that many times, I can see why.
And that does feel
But if we talking about, you know, that these stories with Mater, you know, can't it be like a dream? Can't Mater just be dreaming? Even though we saying this towards the end, what if the end is a dream as well? What if Mater is just seeing Lightning McQueen and Lightning McQueen is calling out Cap and that's a dream? I could just see that as a dream theory. Just like you did the last one on the Twilight, I could see this as a dream theory as well. I could see Mater making this up because it's all in his head. He haven't, you know, these thoughts in his head from a dream of being a wrestler, doing all these things because you want to do it. That's your dream, you know, but it's also a dream theory.
like the easiest explanation, but there's one small detail that contradicts it. In Moon Mater, Mater becomes an astronaut and goes to the moon.
Okay.
I have a problem. He needs a
I don't remember this part.
Are we gonna get a toe?
Well, that guy's got a toe.
Mater
And later,
in
we of course
space?
reveal that Lightning McQueen was there too.
No way.
Yes, what?
There's no
That was
way,
much
bruh.
better.
Mater is dumb. How would he even
But
know how
there's a
to
very
go into
strange
space?
detail at the start of this episode that doesn't quite make sense. Before Mater gets his astronaut suit, why is he blue? Now, this
That's
isn't
what
the
I'm
first
saying.
time
I
we've
seen
seen
it.
Blue Mater. In Cars 1, there was a brief flashback that showed Radiator Springs in its prime, and we could see that back then, Mater was a clean blue tow truck.
Okay.
Long ago. So this Moon Mater
Mater can
story
sing,
must have
too.
taken place around that time. But this doesn't make sense because Lightning McQueen only met Mater after he was covered in years worth of dirt and old dents.
And
Morning,
rest
sleeping
and all
beauty.
that.
Boy, I was wondering when you was gonna wake up.
He never knew Mater when he was blue, so how could he have possibly been in
Right.
this story? So even if Lightning forgot, the timeline still doesn't make sense.
don't
and
add
it's
up.
not like they even needed to make Mater blue in this short. The creators put in extra effort here just to make their story
Just to
make
throw you
less
off.
sense.
Yeah.
But why? And it's not even
Throwing
just
the
Lightning
hell
that
off.
doesn't remember this. In Cars 1, Mater says this about a road Lightning made.
It's like it was paved by angels.
Oh, I tell you what, I bet even the roads on the moon ain't this smooth.
I bet even the roads,
Roads on the moon ain't this smooth.
But
Okay.
wait, At this point, hasn't Mater already been to the moon? Isn't
Right.
I bet kind of a weird thing to say if Mater should know for a fact whether or not the moon is this smooth? It
Yo,
seems like even Mater
facts.
himself had no memory of this story. A story
Right.
that is proven to be true at the end of the episode.
That did not happen. Vader! Houston has another problem. Roger.
So
They ain't gonna
how
send
does
Mater
any of
into
this
space,
make
bro.
sense? It's almost like these stories only become true after Mater tells them, which kind of implies that
Hold on. It says Mater has really warping God powers, okay? I think it's just in Mater's head, you know? It's just in Mater's head. I don't think Mater has those type of powers, okay? Even though they say the people that's less smart, they really have a real big imagination. I don't even see this happening. Honestly, do y'all see this happening, bro? In Mater's brain, it's going to be something idiotic. I don't see this happening with Mater.
look at the way Lightning reacts when we reveal he's also in the stories.
Well, don't you remember? You was there too.
What?
You was there too.
What?
That was nothing compared to you.
It's not like he'd been there the whole time, it's more like he was literally plucked from time and space and teleported into this story at this exact moment, just because
Okay.
Mater said the words, "You was there too."
Okay.
And then there's also the fact that even though these stories presumably take place many years ago in many different places, every single time, as soon as Mater finishes telling them, something from the story coincidentally appears right next to them.
Okay.
Did not.
Hello, Doctor.
That did not happen. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Again, it's like the mere act of Mater telling the story is what causes it to happen, which implies that somehow Tow Mater, the simple Radiator Springs tow truck, has the
Right.
god-level ability to change reality just by speaking.
By a blink. You can change reality just by speaking
Listen,
it.
I know this idea sounds
Yeah,
really stupid and
it's
crazy,
stupid. I
but
ain't gonna
if
lie.
we look back through the entire Cars franchise with this in mind, suddenly, a lot of the weird inconsistencies in this dumb franchise start to make a lot more sense. Let's
Okay.
start with something small like Mater's birthplace changing. Originally, we were shown that he was born in Radiator Springs,
You've never been outside Radiator Springs, have you?
Nope.
but in the new Disney Plus show, Cars on the Road, we are told
Okay.
that he was instead born in a rich family and grew up in a
Oh,
mansion
ain't no
on the
way,
east
bro.
side of America.
You grew up here?
You telling me you rich, but you rusty like that, bro? I guess you did. I mean, your family just didn't care about you, dog. To drip you up or nothing, bro. They just send you out there on the street and they got billions of dollars, bro. They on some Elon Musk type timing, bro. Y'all see the water fountains and everything, dog. But they left you like that. What kind of family do you got, Mater? That's what I'm asking, bro. If this is true, what kind of family do you got? Mansion out there, bro. They could have sent your boy off with like a meal, you know what I'm saying? Quick ticket. You feel me? But you gonna send me off like this? Nah, bro.
But let's go back
way.
and take a look at the first time everyone in Radiator Springs learned about this.
Y'all could have got me a new body. You know what I'm saying?
Mamma mia.
Because we cars.
Boggles the mind, man.
No, non ci posso credere.
Mater clearly just told them the story about his family and where he grew up. A story that nobody knew about before,
Wait a minute. You have a sister?
but now is suddenly proven true.
You grew up here?
Yep.
Just like Mater's tall tales. I think this continuity error was caused by Mater's reality warping powers.
Okay.
In the first
got
Cars
you.
movie, we can see a photo of Conehenge, which is the Cars world's version of Stonehenge. But later, in Cars on the Road, we see it's now been changed to Carhenge.
The sign said, don't touch.
So, why is this structure so inconsistent? Well, why did McQueen and Mater go to Carhenge in the first place?
Look, you picked the last 3 stops. Carhenge.
Anyway.
Because it was Mater's idea.
You picked the last 3 stops.
Okay.
He probably previously told Lightning about Carhenge, which caused it to change. But these
got
are
you.
just little inconsistencies. What about something big? How about the fact that the Cars franchise, a pretty simple series about cars racing each other, suddenly decided to make an entire movie about the funny side character becoming an international spy?
Mater,
Right.
we've got to get that bomb off you.
Bomb? You. Why didn't my death ray
And why would they choose Mater for
Doesn't
this?
that sound more like the plot of a Mater's Tall Tale? Well,
Right.
actually, take a look at what happens at the end of the movie when we cut back to Radiator Springs.
So there we was, guns drawn. We was goners. But then, out of nowhere, this beautiful spy car swoops in from the sky to save us.
That's a very entertaining story, young man.
Oh, Minnie, please, come on. None of this happened.
No, you're quite right. It does sound a bit far-fetched.
This is Holly Shiftway.
I'm Mater's girlfriend.
Who would believe that?
Cars
What?
2 was a Mater's Tall Tale.
Bruh, I don't remember that, dog.
Let's
rewind that, let's rewind that.
This is Holly Shiftway.
I'm Mater's girlfriend.
Made a girlfriend, bruh? You really gonna date him? A tow truck? What is you? How much money? He might really do got money now, though. They might have gave you money, but you didn't change your body up. You know, you didn't go to the body shop like GTA to, you know what I'm saying, get that sparkling new paint. You gonna sit there and be a tow truck like that? Hey, you gotta keep it in. She accepting you how you is, Mater. Hey, she's a real one, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't know how Mater got her though. I ain't trying to hate, bro. But Mater, how did you do it?
No, you're quite right.
How did you do
It
it?
does sound a bit far-fetched.
Okay.
This is Holly Shiftway.
I'm Mater's girlfriend.
It
Cars
seemed like
2
she would fall
was
for a
Mater's Tall
Lamborghini.
Tale. It follows the exact same formula.
That
What?
did not happen.
See you later.
So part 2 is all a tale. Okay, was part. You got my head playing tricks, Alice Bell. For real.
Come on. None
So
of
that
this
whole
happened.
movie
I'm
was a
Mater's
tale.
girlfriend.
And it all happened just because Mater spoke it into existence. This theory literally makes the insanity
Bro,
of
what? Okay. Yeah, I'm still as a kid, I'm not thinking it's a tale. But then you gotta look at it in retrospective. You know, really, Mater's doing all this spy stuff like James Bond? You know what I'm saying? But as a kid, I'm like, hey, maybe they just picked Mater to do this, to do these jobs. You know what I'm saying? They picked the less, even though they'll say he the dumbest, he probably the most courageous. You know what I'm saying? So they just picked Mater because he's the most courageous out of all the other cars to be able to do these missions. Because I bet you they might be smart, but they might not be courageous like, Mater. And when we look at the characters, Lightning McQueen and Mater just gonna take the leap. He ain't gonna care, but Lightning McQueen, even though you took some licks while racing, when it comes down to it, Mater has more heart. Let's just be real.
Cars
now.
2
Let's
makes
just be
more
real.
sense.
You mean like insurance ain't? Like a good
Neighbor Mater is there.
This dumb State Farm joke also makes so much more sense now because Mater has the exact same powers from those State Farm commercials.
Right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Dave.
With the sandwich. Oh, yeah. And the girl from 4E. And can I get a
Ooh,
hot
if
tub?
State Farm can do that,
Don't you remember? You was there too?
I'll have a
Mater
girlfriend
is
then.
unironically the most powerful character in all
Okay.
of fiction. He could literally beat anyone in a fight just by
Superman.
uttering the words,
Nah,
you was there
Bro,
too.
what?
And I believe
One Punch Man? Now, come on. Come on, Alex Bell. We don't need to get ahead of it. If it came down to it, Mater would get his butt beat, bruh. Let's just be real. Even if you imagine it, bruh, you ain't gonna be as strong as One Piece.
unironically the most powerful character in all of fiction. He could literally beat anyone in a fight just by uttering the
Piece is
words,
cap.
you was there
Not
too.
Superman
And I
either.
believe that he has been secretly manipulating the events of this entire franchise for his own benefit. Now, I don't really have any strong evidence to prove this, but to me, the start of the first Cars movie also kind of feels like another tall tale.
Where am I? Morning, Sleeping Beauty!
But then again, like I said, he's waking up, sleep. Mater's in his face, so it's not no dream theory. Come on. Ain't no dream theory to this, bruh.
And you's gonna wake up?
Take whatever you want. Just don't hurt me.
A famous race car just happens to accidentally get stuck in the same town as Mater, and they become best friends for life, and he decides to never leave because Mater is just so cool.
My best friend.
Or Mater just follows
that just kind
him
of sounds
around.
like something Mater would make up to
I
manifest.
had a friend like that
cool,
that just
famous
followed
best
me
friend.
everywhere, and we became best friends. But we ain't friends no more, which is crazy. We was best friends then.
Friend.
Also, the way that lightning gets stuck in Radiator Springs requires so many insane, unlikely coincidences that all have to happen perfectly at the same time that it kind of feels like it was caused by some kind of divine intervention. Both Lightning and his transport truck Mac needed to fall asleep at this exact part of the interstate, and also at the same time, these random hooligans needed to show up and decide to mess with Mac.
Yo, Wingo! Lane change!
And also,
lane
this Lightning
change.
McQueen toy needed to fall at the right time and land on this specific button that opens the back of the truck. And also, this guy needed to sneeze at this exact moment to cause Lightning to fall out of the truck. And also, there needed to be a similar looking red truck nearby to confuse Lightning into driving towards Radiator Springs.
Mac! Mac!
Okay.
You're not Mac!
And also, this cop needed to be here, and his engine needed to be backfiring, which caused Lightning to think that he was being shot at.
He's shooting at me! Why is he shooting at me?
Which caused him to drive uncontrollably into
I don't
Radiator
remember
Springs
this
and wreck
chase
the
right
town.
here. I remember more part 2. I ain't seen Cars in a
Which
minute,
finally
bro.
caused them to imprison Lightning in the town with Mater.
You was there too.
What? Every single
So when
one
they
of
get
those
in prison, it's
insane
the junkyard.
coincidences needed to happen at that exact moment for Lightning McQueen to meet Mater and become his best friend. Which honestly makes more sense if it was all somehow actually divine intervention from Mater.
Right.
I made a good choice.
And what?
Okay.
My best friend.
Having this ad put up. Okay.
Now, how did Mater obtain this god power? I honestly do not know. And
know.
believe me, I have looked everywhere in every piece
Mater?
of Cars media for an explanation. I even read the fucking comic books, but unfortunately, there is nothing. Mater just has this ability to change reality for some unexplained reason, and he is using it to
I
live
just
his
don't
best
feel
life
that
and
Mater
go
got
on
these
fun
powers.
adventures
I'm
with his best
sorry.
friend, Lightning McQueen.
Mater, how'd you like to come and see the world with me?
You mean it?
And you know what? Good for him. We can even see in the Cars 2 credits that after the movie, they travel the weird car-shaped world together and visit all the great car wonders of the world. And of course, they climb the
Egyptian
iconic
cars.
weird car-shaped mountains of this weird franchise. And that is my Cars theory. So thank you very much for watching. Hang on a
That
second.
ain't it. That
Is this
ain't
world's
it.
Matterhorn shaped like
You'll never end like
Mater?
that. Oh, it's
And yeah,
Mater.
look, it's even been renamed to be spelled like him.
Materhorn,
There is
Switzerland.
an all-powerful car god out there that has shaped and renamed the world into his image. Wait, is Mater the reason why everything is cars? Is Mater just straight up God?
Now you might be cooking. Now you might be cooking. Okay, part 3. Let's get it. Come on.
So, in the Cars franchise, everything
right.
is cars. Except there is one contradiction to that shows up repeatedly in almost every piece of Cars media. The logo for Dinoco kind of looks like a real dinosaur for some reason. The Dinoco logo. Dinoco is one of the racing brands that shows up all the time in this franchise, and their logo is a silhouette of a big dinosaur. But it's not the dino cars that we've seen in museums. It's clearly just a regular, non-car shaped dinosaur. It's a weird contradiction to the everything is car rule that pops up all over this franchise. Now, if there is some kind of car god that shaped the world into cars, why would he be so inconsistent with dinosaurs. It's
Right.
a strange thing to leave out. It's almost like whoever created this world didn't know much about dinosaurs. Huh. Does that remind you of anyone?
I don't know much about these dinosaurs. What happened to the dinosaurs now?
He don't know nothing though. It's not just dinosaurs. Mater is just an idiot.
Well, dadgum, McQueen boy, I
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you what, I sure do
The
like
cable
me
guy,
some
right.
cars. Wouldn't it be fun if everything was cars?
I don't know about that, Mater. That doesn't really make any sense. Well, shoot, you should know, McQueen. You was there too. What?
Oh, you was there too, so he could see everything. Okay. I like how you end it like this. Hold up, man. We gotta see my name. We gotta see my name. Fat Red guy. Hold up. Oh, hold up. Right there. Right there. Hold up. We gotta move this. Y'all see that, man? Fat Red guy. Right there. You know what I'm saying, bro? Hit that subscribe button. I ain't gonna cap, man. I thought he was gonna go towards a dream theory and just basically be like, hey, Mater was having all these dreams and the car world could be just made up. It could just be humans, you know, and Mater just likes cars that much, you know, that he's having these dreams and he never had a friend, but Lightning McQueen was the best friend for him to have. You know, I could see that being a dream theory, you know, but also at the end, I kind of believe that a lot more about, you know, Mater being all knowing, kind of the god of this, you know, this car's world. You everywhere, and whatever you have in your head dialed in becomes reality, you know, from how he showed the, you know, galactic mountain, that being Mater right there, you know, to a lot of other things that was in here. And actually, Mater being a spy, who would think that, bruh? Mater going onto the moon, that's things that he dream of, you know, because a lot of people that you may think are not that smart, they have a big imagination. They have big dreams. So I could definitely see that happening with Mater. So, I mean, the theory towards the end, I believe, but I was hoping he would have did a dream theory on there. Y'all don't think so? Kind of like Twilight, you know, him dream, you know, thinking all these things. I mean, not towards the end, but towards the beginning when Lightning McQueen ended up in the prison, you know, the tow yard, you know, woke up to, you know, Mater, and it could have been all a dream from the vision of Lightning McQueen and from the vision of Mater as well. I could see both them happening, both them entities. And then in the beginning, you said we had the theory of basically cars being people, or you know, they got the same entities, that they got the same things going on as we have. We seen the automotive, you know, tables, you know, which is the periodic table. You seen a lot of similarities, you know, from the flowers being the headlights, you know, those things, you know, being reality as people. So I could kind of see that theory and the last theory the most as of happening predominantly, you know, with Mater. But solid video, man. It's always a 10 out of 10. I did the Pixar theory, man. If y'all want to check that out, man, hit that like, hit that sub, man. Check out this theory that I just did, man, on a Magic School Bus. It'll probably drop in Tuesday if you're seeing this, man. Hit that like, hit that hype. If you watch this full video, man, write down basketball in the comment section. Share this video with one of your friends. If you shared it, man, write down football in the comment section, man. I absolutely love you guys, man. I love Mater. I love Lightning McQueen, man. We out. God bless all of you, man. Have a wonderful day. Peace.